Yo, real briefly, before I go ahead and cut this grass, I felt that I had to make this video just real quick and just really showing you guys, telling you guys mostly just what I've dealt with, what I'm going through right now in the state of just being full time. My name is Ryan, Kendall Lectures, whatever you want to call me, but I'm right now a full time day trader. I specifically trade Forex, foreign exchange, Forex market, whatever you call it. No, I'm not in the MLM. No, I do not recruit. Strictly trade. As I've been more comfortable and as time progresses, really just being in this environment as I'm just trading, literally trading, and just developing my overall sense of being the best trader that I can be. The the goal kind of shifts from before coming into being full time as I was working while trading, and then as to where I am now. It just seems very different. My mindset has shifted within a month. Honestly, I've only been trading, been full time trading for a month. Now I've been in this game for around 4 years now, but this is my first time ever that I've solely done trading. Every other time I've been conflicting trading with school, or school has conflicted with trading, trading has conflicted with school, a job, other things. There's always something going on in my life, but as of right now, I've taken the opportunity to just trade. And not only trading, but it's just developing my overall self. I desire to be the best version of myself in all facets, in all facets of life. And when I say that, I mean physically, mentally, intellectually. I'm always reading. Every night before I go to bed, I shifted from, watching a show on my iPad or YouTube or something like that. I'll read. I'll read myself to sleep now. And I just got a Kindle, so I do that now. Intellectually, like I said, reading. Mentally, reading mental based books, psychology based books, trading, trying to become the best trader and just honing in on my craft, bettering myself every single day till damn near perfection. I know perfection is not really a goal to strive for, but damn near it, for sure, for sure. I will also say just learning how to manage my finances a lot more efficiently. Now that I get to sit down and really look into everything, I'm noticing how much of my money is going out, how much is coming in. I'm taking the time out to really analyze how much money I'm making from trading and how much I make from this month. So this past month, I was up over, I think, a little under 5,000. So a good month. But the first 2 weeks of last month. So let's start from June 1st to June 30th, right? That's pretty much the span that I'm counting right now. That was the first month of being full time. First 2 weeks, trash. Didn't get a single win. Not one win. I didn't get a single win. I felt trash. And most of all, I doubted myself, which played into my psychology, which played into just my confidence. I don't want to say I lost it. I didn't quite lose it, but I questioned it. I was like, wait, am I really ready for this? I started to question it. And also doubted myself, not only from like a trading aspect, but just me personally. Just like I had to question if I was destined to be who I desire to be. Ultimately, I have this vision of who I want to be. I already have it in my head, like who I desire to be in the next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years, next 30 years. And right now, this is the journey of becoming that. And it starts now. I fully acknowledge that. And it's times where, like I said, the first 2 weeks where I'm not making any money. Let me give y'all some backstory real quick. I'm 22 years old, right? Graduated college back in December. 22 years old in my parents' crib. This is not my room. This is my parents' room that he gifted to me. Like, I live back at the crib with my siblings, running around and doing whatever. Definitely not the most desired position. Definitely not the most expected position. I did not expect to be here at 22. When I was 18 years old, I expected to have literally like 2, 3 cars, a crib, if not a crib, in a nice apartment, making thousands every day, every week. I would look up to different guys in the game. This is like back in 2020, 2021. I was looking at guys like, you probably heard of Lambo Raul, FX Alex. What else you got? You got Q Banks. You got Swaggy C. Like, those are my 4 guys that I always looked up to, still to this day. And seeing what they've accomplished, seeing what they're doing to this day, that just brought out a sense of drive and a sense of a desire that I really wanted to be in that position. But seeing that they've done it at a young age, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, like 26, 27, 28, 29, that's still young to be making the amount of money that they're making. Shoot, even 30, honestly. Most millionaires don't really establish themselves until like late 40s, 50s, 60s. So seeing these guys do it at a younger age. And not only them, there's a plethora of traders I'm looking at on Instagram, on YouTube, that are doing it at my age, younger than me. And I'm at my parents' crib. Like, people always make fun of that guy, that older guy that still lives in their parents' house and lives in their parents' basement, unemployed. Dog, that's me. That's me right now. I'm not making a solid amount of money, and it's not even guaranteed. That's the thing. I pay myself out. I'm an entrepreneur, but I make, like, this week I've only made like $200. I made like $200 a day with a job. It's the rough reality of what I've gone through. Before coming into it, I was mostly thinking about the opportunity, which this is an opportunity, but it's rough right now. I'm going through the rough times. This is the roughest period. My friend, deep friend, I mean, I call him my brother. He mentioned to me that right now I'm in a stage of life where, and I had to break this down to my dad, because my dad, he doesn't fully understand what I'm doing, but he supports it at the same time. I had to break it down to him the other day. But basically, you have a slingshot, right? And when I had a job, I was secure. I still lived in my parents' crib, but I had the access to, move into an apartment. I chose. I made a decision to stay here at my parents' crib. But I was comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Making a good money, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So I was good. So you got a slingshot. I started off here. But where I am right now, I'm pulling it back. I had to make sacrifices. Sacrifice the job, sacrifice those relationships, sacrifice that position. I was working with my parents, alongside my parents. So I was in a good position, honestly, within the company. I was like an administrator assistant. So I was pretty up there, you know what I'm saying? And I was making a decent amount while living at my parents' home, while saving. I was in a comfortable position, a secure position. I was there. Now that I'm making sacrifices, I sacrifice basically all of that. And not only that, but it comes with the critiques. I would say this. I'm expected to be a doctor. I'm expected to do great things in this world. I'm expected to go through any type of doctorate program, whether that's pharmacy, whether that's dental, whether that's medical school. Along that realm, along that world, that's what I'm expected to do. But as someone that is 22 years old, I'm not like 18, 19, I'm not that young, but at the same time, I'm not 30, 40. So I'm like right in, the middle, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not too young, but I'm not too old. The matter of the fact is, I'm in a very uncomfortable situation, being that I'm dealing with those critiques, those doubts. People look at trading like it's gambling, which I don't even blame them for. But it comes with that critique, as long as not, and also not being in a secure position. When you're going through those points where you're in drawdown, where you're not making any money, first 2 weeks, like I said, no money coming in, not a single profit. Every trade was every single trade, I'm telling y'all. But after that, I started making some money. But that's here nor there. The main purpose of this is to highlight what the main purpose is. I think we kind of get it mixed up. We kind of get things confused. We look at the purpose, we look at the goal as making money. Which I get it. I get it. I get it. Bro, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Making money, of course. That's the goal. Who doesn't want to make money? I know, bro. You want to make 10K in a month. I know you want to make 20K in a month. I know you want to make 50K in a month. I got you, bro. You want the yacht. You want the crib. You want the nice apartment. You want the 12-car garage. You want to buy your mama a crib. You want to buy your dad a crib. You want to buy you a dog. You want to buy a Birkin bag for your girl. You want to get your siblings nice cars or whatever. Gifting cars to people. I get it, bro. Shoot, I want to do the same thing. But we overlook what it takes because we're looking at the end result. We're looking at the output. Now, that's a separate conversation. I always talk about input, output. That is very important. Something I learned 2024, my final semester in college. But it's more so about being intentional with your everyday program. What I mean by that is basically right now I'm committing myself to, like I said earlier, being the best version of myself. But what does that really mean? What does that really mean? You said mentally, you said physically, intellectually. Okay, that's cool, but like, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? Why do you want to strive for that? Well, that's something that I'm honestly still figuring out. Why do I want to be the best? Why do I want to be the greatest? I truly do. I just do. I have this battery in my back where I just want to strive for greatness. I want to be the best in whatever it is I do. I always strive for that. And getting to that point, I've realized is that it really just takes a simple requirement. Simple, but at the same time uncomfortable, which is what I'm doing right now. I had to make uncomfortable conversations and talks and getting myself here to where I'm full time, but it's being here where I have so much access to time where it sometimes becomes overwhelming. The first week, it was definitely overwhelming because before coming into trading, I was so excited. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna make so much money, bro. I got so much time. I'll be doing this. I'm gonna be doing this, doing that, doing. With so much time on your hands, you have so much access to doing not only everything that you desire to do, productive wise, but you have so much time to do everything that's going against that as well. So it's just curating, or more so being intentional with your time. I'm not saying build a schedule. I don't have a schedule for myself, but it's setting up how you want to live your everyday life. Ask yourself what is required for each day that would represent a 1%. What I mean by that is I heard a quote, 1% every day. And I used to say that to myself, 1% every day, 1% every day. But what does that mean? What does 1% every day mean? It really just means the small wins. And every day may not even be a win. But as long as you're putting in the effort, as long as you're breaking down that 1%, and asking yourself, did I do everything I need to do to accomplish that 1%? If you did, it is what it is. Whether you felt horrible, whether you felt great, it is 1%. Ask yourself, what would that look like? 1% every day for the rest of this year. We got 6 months left, bro. Time is flying. And I realize that more and more as I get older. This is probably the fastest year so far of my life at 22. Life is passing by like crazy. And I won't allow myself to no longer. I can't allow myself to allow time to pass by and the only think, dang, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. And live in a constant state of regret. To live in a constant state of disappointment. And disappointment lies in comparing myself often to these other guys. Comparing. I'm not this. I'm 22 in my parents' crib. I'm not successful. I'm not the golden child anymore. When I was in college and when I had all this potential to be a doctor, to make all this money from my license. I've learned the value of being humble. Being humble. And it is okay to be in the slingshot and that process of pulling back. Because that's where I am right now. Pulling back for the eventual push. For the eventual release. I don't want to say that I hate where I am. I don't want to say I hate who I am. I spent too many years saying that to myself. I spent too much time saying that to myself. Disappointing. Just feeling disappointed in what I'm doing, where I am right now, because I expected way more. These expectations a lot of times comes from the exposure from other creators, from other people in your same field, from people in different fields, but they're making a lot more money, or it may look like they're making a lot more money, or having various experiences and stuff like that. But the goal, coming back to this, the goal is not to make all this money right now. I really had to like tell myself, this is not the goal. This is not the goal. The purpose of this whole entire experiment, the purpose of this whole entire transition to being full-time is to be the best version of myself. I'm going to keep striving to be the best version of myself and to strive to accomplish 1% every day. Today I'm like 0.5%, but I'm not 1% yet. So I have to go about every single day trying to strive for that 1%. I just want to extend that out to you guys. Reach your 1%. Ask yourself, what is that 1%? What, at the end of the day, you have to go back to bed. You have to go in bed and you have to ask yourself, did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I put my best foot forward to make this a productive day? It may not have to be a good day, like I said, but was it productive? Did it reach my 1%? You have to ask yourself that. The goal is no longer the output. The goal is no longer what can I gain from it. The goal is, the goal, I just thought about it. The goal is not what you gain. The goal is how you gain. I'm saying, like, the goal is not the goal is not the physical desire or what we call fruits of the labor. The goal is not that right now. The goal is not what we can gain, but how we can gain. 1% is gaining. It's gaining more knowledge. It's gaining more muscle. It's gaining. It's building yourself. It's not what you gain, it's how you gain. I like that. And I felt doubtful. I felt disappointed. I still low-key feel disappointed. I felt like shit. S-H-I-T. I don't cuss. I felt that. I feel that a lot more often than I think, especially when I'm not making money certain days. But mainly for me, I speak more personally, crafting this mindset and going from damn I'm a bum, damn I'm really not doing nothing. I'm a bum right now. I'm not on nothing. No motion, no nothing. To now being a lot more, I want to say content. I want to say content. I hate that word. I hate content. I hate complacent. I hate those words, but I do truly. I go to bed now, in my 5 hours of sleep, I actually go to bed thinking today was a productive day. I did everything I need to do. I couldn't ask for more. I did everything I was supposed to do. And maybe that's okay. I didn't make money today, but I did everything I needed to do. And maybe that's okay. It's gonna take a lot more work to shift the mentality, to have more conversations with myself, and to have a lot more respect for myself, to respect what I'm doing. Sometimes I lose respect for myself, which stems from other people's doubts and other people's disrespect for what I'm doing. But in the work, in the 1%, in the journey, you slowly build that confidence. You slowly build that respect. And right now, I'm slowly building that respect for who I am and what I'm doing. But what defines your 1%? I have to ask myself that too. What defines my 1%? I'm just going to leave that with y'all today. I kind of went everywhere with this message. I came on here just pressing record. Didn't come up with some strategy. Didn't come up with any structure. Just started talking. This right here is a form of me reaching my 1%. I desire to be a much more proficient, profound, astute speaker. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really do. That's one of the other aspects that I really want to hone in on, is just my speaking ability to influence others in a positive way. What defines your 1%? It's not what you gain, it's how you gain. But yeah, man, I just want to end that. I just wanted to say that I really felt like saying something. Just saying something. On my content creation journey. And we're just taking it to new heights. Every day is 1%. Every day I'm thinking about how I gain, not what I gain. How do I gain? How do I gain? I literally right here I have a whiteboard. I have certain things, certain requirements I need to do every day. How do you gain? How do I gain? Working out, 2 webinars a day, 2 high quality reels a day. I have to be posting 1 chapter a day, daily journal, and I have to be spotting opportunities, which is minimum. That's what I'm doing. That's my job. Just think about that. Just think about that. I'm about to cut this grass. Just keep today productive. Keep the rest of the week productive. On the 4th is Independence Day. I'm probably still going to be working. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to take that opportunity to get ahead. I want an extra 2% for the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, 1%, 1%. I want an extra 2%. Why not? Simple as that, bro. How do you gain? How do you gain?